Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Talking About Rock, sponsored by School of Rock, North Buffalo. I'm Rob Edwards. Well, I hope everyone had a happy and fun Halloween. I attended the Buffalo 97 Rocking Halloween Haunt Fest at the Backlot Entertainment venue in Akron, New York, which included some local bands, Jim Crean's Hair Nation, Flipside, Box of Wine, and Runaway Train Band also played. Plenty of great music. Really great costumes, some really interesting stuff. It's great as always to see Jim Crean and Hair Nation. Great show as always. On Sunday, I was invited to check out Osmosis, a world-class tribute to Ozzy Osbourne at the Turning Stone Casino in Verona, New York. It's great to get a chance to reconnect with the band. We had not talked with them since the interview last year on Talking About Rock, and just an extremely accurate, phenomenal performance from the entire band. And Ricky Woods, who is their Ozzy, has a chillingly accurate voice for Ozzy and Sabbath material. It really blew me away. Just a great show. Thank you to Silver Mountain Management and drummer Jimmy T for the warm welcome when we attended the show. All right, so on to today's guest. Hailing from Manzique, France, he started music at a young age, playing drums, and then switching to guitar. He achieved some great success in France with his band, Café Bertrand. And in 2012, he migrated to California and started Hollywood Monsters with Don Ari on keyboards, formerly from Deep Purple, Whitesnake, Gary Moore, MSG and Ozzy, and Tom Bogart on bass. He has also toured with former Iron Maiden vocalist Paul Di'Anno and has done multiple other projects, NON, DOD, and also including a Spanish version of the Scorpions' Rock You Like a Hurricane for the Hellboy soundtrack in 2019. Today, he is here to talk with us about his two latest projects, Scream Taker and Alpha Mountain. Next, we speak with multi-instrumentalist Steph Honde. Next on Talking About Rock. All right, so let's welcome to the show Steph Honde. Hello, Steph. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thanks.
Great. So we just caught the audience up on your past history and quite a lot of stuff there. But we're really here today to talk about your more current events and things that are going on. And you have an amazing album out with Scream Taker, Kill the Beautiful, which is great. I talked to Jim and Vinny a couple of weeks ago. So tell us a little bit of how you got involved with Jim Crean and Vinny Appice and you guys got together for this project.
So the thing is, I know Jim for quite some time now. I think I started working with him on his solo album, the London Fog.
Right. You did some work on there. I saw on there. The Scream Taker track is actually on there.
Yeah.
You guys did, right?
Yeah. And I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember. And yeah, the Scream Taker was the first song on this album, I think, if I remember well. And we started working on the Scream Taker album during the first month of the pandemic.
And it had to be really different, the recording process this time right now, because it was probably during COVID, right? Or just before?
Yeah, first month of the lockdown. So we were bored and we decided to write a new album. And the process in the beginning was pretty quick. I mean, we wrote the songs, I don't know, maybe in 2 weeks.
Oh, that is fast. Yeah, that is pretty quick. Even sharing files and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's very quick.
I was writing the music. I was playing everything. Then I would send the music to Jim, and he would send me back his vocals. And yeah, I think it took us like 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks we had the song, the demos, and everything. And then we had to send the demos to Vinny, and that was it. But it takes a lot of time because, you know, when I'm in France, is on the East Coast, Vinny is on the West Coast. And,
right.
So Vinny has to record the drums. He has to send me back the drums. I have to do a pre-mix, rough mix, and it took forever. Like it took 2 years.
That's a while. And you seem to like to use many diverse sounds. I see you've cited influences such as like Pink Floyd and Frank Zappa, and I hear some of those influences in Screen Taker and Kill the Beautiful, for example.
Really? Frank Zappa? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Frank Zappa, but I didn't know you could hear that.
Right. But yeah, I think you have like an oboe type sound in there in Kill the Beautiful or something like that in the beginning, right? Where it starts out at a real mellow type of sound. I could hear some of those type of influences.
The thing on this album, the thing I like on this album, is like everything is real. There's no, I didn't use any plugins or whatever. I did use a real amp, a real guitar. They need to use real drums. There's no auto tune or whatsoever, because you know nowadays everybody has electronic drums and everything is, even in the metal scene, everything is kind of fake.
Right.
And on this album, everything is real. There's no, some of the guitar solo are done in one take, because I wanted to keep the like live feel to it.
The live feel, yeah, you can, and you can definitely sense that. Yeah.
The goal was like we wanted to be like we were playing all together live. So there's some things like I'm not super. I hear some mistakes, but I'm like, I think it's better this way because it makes the album very alive.
Yeah, I definitely love the feel for it, and I think they did a great job for you on it. Spoke to Artie Dillon too, the producer, a couple weeks ago, and I really like what he came up with on that. Definitely some really cool licks from you, some really interesting solo pieces. Maybe you got some of that influences because you actually performed back in the day with Deep Purple too, as well, right? You did some stuff with them, right?
After 1 year with them, I did like 43 shows opening for them, and then opened twice for AC/DC in the two biggest stadiums in France. That was pretty cool.
That has to be excellent. Yeah,
And
definitely
like
touring with those guys. Yeah.
Few weeks I think later, I got to play for Paul Di'Anno.
Right. I see you toured with Paul Di'Anno for a while as well. Yeah, we told the folks about that, and you wrote a Spanish version of "Rock You Like a Hurricane," or you played a Spanish version of "Rock You Like a Hurricane" by the Scorpions for the Hellboy soundtrack, which I thought was really neat. Yeah.
Yeah, I was asked to do that because I don't speak Spanish. But, so the thing is, one day I woke up in the morning and I received an email asking me if I wanted to sing on a cover for a movie project. And I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't know what that was. And then I think that maybe a couple of days later, the guy says to me, oh, I think it's for like a pretty big movie. I was like, oh, even better. And then maybe a few days later, because it was a super long process, and they said, yeah, that's for the new Hellboy movie. I was like,
Right.
wow,
Yeah.
great. They want a cover of Rock You Like a Hurricane. Yeah.
Yep.
I said, yeah, okay, but they want you to sing in Spanish. Why? Why?
Why? It was for the Spanish release, or they thought there was more audience there, or?
It's because I understood once I saw the movie. It's because on the first scene of the movie, there is a fight scene in Mexico.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they wanted to give it that feel, right?
Yeah. So while the Hellboy is fighting a vampire, you can hear me sing "Rock You Like a Hurricane," and so they told me, okay, now you have to do it, but you have 4 days to do it. Like, oh,
that's kind of a short time frame there.
Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. And so they sent me the lyrics in Spanish. They sent me a video of a guy reading the lyrics, a Mexican guy. So I had to mimic everything he was saying. And but the good thing is Spanish and French is kind of, there's a lot of things that are like
similar.
Yeah, I could like understand the lyrics a little bit, and then once I was done with the vocals, they told me, "Do you want to play the guitar solo?" I said, "Yeah, sure."
Sure, why not? Why not? That way they don't have to hunt around. Well, you're a multi-instrumentalist. You play so many different things. You started as drums, then you switched to guitar. The list of stuff is just crazy, right? That you're playing.
Yeah, the thing I chose to play guitar because I wanted to write songs. It's not because I like the guitar, or I mean, because I like guitar or whatever. It's because I wanted to write songs. Because as a drummer, I couldn't write any.
Right, exactly. You got to be either a guitarist or a really professional pianist and really be into the piano.
Yeah. So my thing was I want to write songs. That's my that's the thing I like the most, even these days. Like I mean, when I listen to the Scream Taker album, I feel proud because it's like that's my music, and Vinny plays the drum part on my song. That's pretty cool. Jim is singing on my music, and
yeah, I think it's a great matchup with you guys on this project. I really do. I really like the tracks. You know, I got to listen to some of it early.
The song Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I wrote the song like maybe 15 years ago.
Really?
I mean, the music.
The music, okay.
Yeah, it was while I was doing the tour with Deep Purple.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I would like to write a song with Vinny in mind. So I didn't know him back in the days. I was like, yeah, because I used to love the way. I mean, I still love the way he plays.
Right, outstanding drummer he is for sure.
Yeah.
So many different things. Sabbath, Dio.
Yeah, my 5 top favorite drummers ever. I was like, oh, I would like to. I'm going to write a song with him in mind, like something super slow, heavy, and so I did a demo for that song, and then I lost the tape.
Oh.
Yeah, and when we did the Scream Taker album, I don't know why I remember this song. I mean, I remember everything, the chords and everything. So I've tried to record it again.
Right.
That was it. And the guitar solo, it's first take.
Yeah, the drums are really, really heavy in that. You can you can hear it so much Vinny in that for sure. Really nice.
But that's the good. I mean, the thing I like with this album is like we wanted us to really enjoy playing those songs. So my goal when I was writing the songs was to I was thinking about Vinny. I was like, okay, now I'm going to write something super slow because he would have all the time to do his drum files and everything, like something like Kill the Beautiful or Sharon Murals, things like that.
Right, and the lyrics from Jimmy and the vocals are so haunting for so many of those songs, like especially Stone Cold. I think that's the first track you guys came out with.
Yeah.
And I like some of the other tracks a lot as well. Burning Flame and on Straight Line on the Straight Line. So many other cool tracks on there too.
Yeah, and you did some really amazing lyrics.
Yeah.
That's
so
when I saw the booklet, I was like, yeah, that's really some good
that's some cool stuff you came out with for that. I really love that stuff for sure.
Yeah, that's not only like that's deeper than that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of influences there. You can hear your influences of stuff. You can hear Jim's. You can hear Vinny's heavy sound for the Sabbathy Dio mix in there.
Yeah,
it's really, really cool. So I keep asking everybody. I've asked Jim a couple times. What are the plans for Scream Taker? You guys got maybe some tour on the horizon or things that are being chatted about? I think.
I hope. Jim is working on it for me. So hopefully next year. And I would love to. I mean, we all excited to play together.
I think it would be great. I know Vinny's working on some stuff with Last in Line right now.
Yeah.
But maybe after that would be nice. Spring, summer type of thing or something.
Yeah, and if we can do that, then maybe we will write another album, and you never know.
I would hope so. I hope you guys definitely do something else. But you also have a second project. You are a busy guy. You don't stay still. You got always stuff going on. I'm sure you're always writing all the time. So you have a second project out called Alpha Mountain. Tell us how that started.
So that was even faster, quicker. It was, I don't remember. I know this singer called Bucho. He was in a French band like in 20 years ago. It was a pretty famous band called Watcha, like a new metal band. And the thing is, like, we share the same birthday, so we used to wish each other every year happy birthday and blah blah blah.
Right, right.
And then one
Sure.
day it told me, oh, we should write a song together, and I was always busy. I couldn't do it.
Right. You have a lot of stuff going on. You have a
Yeah,
laundry list of things you accomplished. Yeah.
And this year I had a little more of time. I don't window, and I said, okay, I'm going to do something, and I wrote the first song of the album called Serenity, and it was like it has a deep purple feel to it, and
Very much. Yeah.
and so the thing we wrote the album in just 1 week, the whole thing in just 1 week, and
Wow.
so the process was very I mean, kind of weird, because half of the album was me writing the songs, and then I would send the songs to him, and he would write the lyrics as usual. And half of the other album, half of the album would be him sending me vocal parts,
Right.
without any music, without nothing.
And you
I
just
would,
work music around it and stuff. So you had two different ways that you made it. So
it's very complicated, but it's great because that gives you more ideas, because there's nothing. So you have to. So there's
right.
a song, oh, the last song of the album is called "What's Going Wrong," and that it was written this way. So I had just the voice, and I took the piano, and I just played it, and it was, okay, that's the song.
Yeah. It's definitely good to mix that up. I've seen a lot of artists talk about that, how when they get in the studio, sometimes they like to change it up. They come up with new creative ways. You know, back in the day, they were playing with click tracks. I think Def Leppard talked about that. They worked actually backwards when they did their songs for Pyromania.
Yeah, the thing is that you have to take chances nowadays, because I think personally that everything is kind of the same these days. Like the metal scene, there's a lot of things that sound alike, and so I was thinking to myself, there is nothing to lose anymore. There's no big bucks or everything, so you have to take some chances and do whatever we feel. So there's no the Alpha Mountain album is kind of weird, because there's no there's some prog-ish music, there's some metal feel to it, there's some I don't know, there's some things that remind me of the Phantom of Paradise. I don't know if you remember this movie, and it's all over the place, but I don't care. I want to write something unique.
Well, that's great when you put a little bit of everything in there. You know, you're pleasing a lot of people, right? So you're putting all these different bits and pieces in there, mixing it together, and see what comes out. So I really like what I've heard of it so far. And you play so many instruments. Do you have some favorite gear that you prefer to like to use on some of these albums, or when you're playing, or effects or anything? Or
I'm not a gear guy. I just play what I have in my hands, but I mostly play Gibson and Telecaster, mostly Gibson. But I just plug my guitar in my hand, and that's all.
So you're pretty much straight, maybe a little distortion
Yeah,
or something like that, or
yeah, like back in the days. I don't. To me, I mean, I remember when I used to live in LA. I was friends with Tim Bogart, and he told me one night at his place. He told me, you know what? When I go on stage on tour, I use like a $300 bass. Nobody can hear the difference between $300 bass or 3001. It's all in the fingers. And when he said that to me, I was like, yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Straight into the amp.
And that was when you first came out to California back then?
Yeah, it was in 2010. Yeah.
So that had to be that'd be like a real culture shock for you, right? Coming from France to the
Yes.
US. What was probably the weirdest or biggest culture shock? Do you remember like that something was like, oh, that's so odd, seeing something like that? Or
Not really, because there's so many movies made in Hollywood and LA. So as a foreigner, when you go to LA for the first time, you're like, oh, I know this place. Oh, I know this place because I've seen that one in the movie, that one in the movie.
right. So the place was there any cultural things that you found a little different or that?
Yeah, the people are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not because I don't know how to explain that, but in Europe, maybe especially in France, we are not afraid to I don't know, be friendly. Like we can
Wave to someone and say hello, right?
Yeah,
Well, I'm in Buffalo, so that's how we are. We're like very much about community, about talking to each other. Like you walk outside, you have a neighbor you might not really talk to, but you still say hello and that type of thing,
yeah,
right?
LA is not the same.
Right.
I was like, everybody's super polite, but there's a distance between the people, and you can just show up to somebody's house and be, hey, let's have a drink. You have to call first.
Right.
First.
Right, exactly. You don't just stop over unannounced, right? I think the weird thing to me when I was out there in the 90s for a little bit, just kind of checking things out, some of the different sites to see. And the weird thing that struck me was when you would just walk into a crosswalk, all the cars would just stop. Boom, right away. They would just stop. It's not like that in New York. It's not like that in a lot of other places.
It's not like that in France, believe me. Nobody stops. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I was kind of amazed by that. It was nice, but I wasn't expecting it, right?
But I loved LA. I mean, that the best years of my life, and I can't wait to go back there. And so, yeah, and I got to meet Vinny and everybody. It was great. I mean, everybody was nice with me, and I didn't have to suffer too much to make myself known, because the thing that was complicated is that I just left on a vacation to LA without nothing. I just had a suitcase and that's all. I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know the language. I didn't know anybody.
Yeah, that'd be a little scary for sure,
just
right?
had an appointment with Tim Bogart. That's all. I said, okay, I'm going to try it. And that was a bit scary in the beginning.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure. And you said you're heading back. Are you going to head back permanently, or are you just going to kind of go back and forth for now?
I have another band again called SSB. It's a French band, and it's a prog band. And we're planning on touring maybe in LA and Santa Barbara in maybe next September. So there's a lot of chance I'm going to be back next year just to play. So maybe with Screentaker and this other band. And yes, I would love maybe one day to go back to the US because I really love this country.
Yeah, we'd love to see you play. Definitely, we'd love to see some shows, some Screentaker out there, and wherever you guys can get dates. Touring on the Alpha Mountain project, you think, or is that way down the road?
I don't know yet because it's complicated, because it's Bucho, the other singer, has other commitments. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, and you're juggling 3 bands right now, right? Trying to figure out.
Yeah, and I try to always keep busy, because my thing is I try to always create something new every day. That's, I don't know, I always feel this way. So I have to come up with something new every day. Because to me, if I don't do anything, I feel like I'm dying.
Right, you feel like you haven't accomplished something, or
yeah, and it's
you haven't, right.
Something. So maybe in 6 months I will have another project. But this SSB band, I think that's something that's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, we really hope you see you doing that.
Yeah,
well, we thank you so much for taking your time today with us and speaking with us. It's been great. And folks out there, you want to check out the project from Screentaker and the new Alpha Mountain project that Steph's got out. Some great tracks on there. Really appreciate you being with us today so much. And if you folks out there want to know more about us, you have questions or comments, please feel free to email us at talkingboutrock@gmail.com. Please like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, the video for this interview will be on YouTube soon. You can catch it on all the streaming services, the audio. Steph, again, thank you for being with us today, man.
Bye. See you
Have a good
soon.
one.